And you're now listening to Talking Famous. Welcome back to TLKInfamous. My name is Social Lee. We got Say here and we got the infamous MacVisions.
Peace. How y'all doing?
So listen, we had to bring my godbrother onto the show because he's been doing a lot of projects for these past 10 years and he's constantly redeveloping and adapting to the constant changes that's happening going on in our community. So we wanted to give him this platform to really show what he be doing in our New York life. So basically, I call him my godbrother because our father, Yo-Wa, really walked that past that life. So we wanted him to basically, share where he coming from and talk about what he do for a living.
Shout out to the God.
Right. Peace. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I appreciate this opportunity. Definitely appreciate having me on your show. You know what I mean? I told you this is the first one. Y'all got the exclusive.
The exclusive. I like it. I like the sound of that.
Right into it.
All right. How you feeling, Saint?
I'm feeling good. It's a pleasure to meet you, by the way. My first time meeting you. So my first question is, what is your sign? And what's your sign? Let's get into that.
My sign, I'm Aquarius, February 13th. Right before Valentine's Day. I'm the chocolate baby. You know that.
A chocolate baby.
Giving out the chocolate. Giving out the roses.
So great. So for people who don't know you, can you just tell us about yourself and what you represent?
I go by the name of MacVisions.
Yeah.
From Brooklyn. Grew up in East Flatbush. Now reside in the Style. But basically, I just stand from Brooklyn because I'm, I adapt to all communities.
Yeah.
Within Brooklyn. It's cool.
That's dope.
So we know you got that brand S.W.I.T.S, Somewhere in the Sky.
Somewhere in the Sky, yeah, S.W.I.T.S.
And you rocking right now.
10 year,
that shit
10
is
year
fire.
Varsity, got the hat. It's coming soon. Varsity's to be out. You actually can pre-order it, or it'll be out in a few weeks.
So I need to know, when did you actually start this brand?
Started this brand in 2012. Yeah, the end of 2012. Me and my cousin Nice. Shout out to Nice. Talked to him Nice. We came together in 2012.
That's crazy.
We was trying to figure out what we wanted to do. He was like, yo, someone, got a name. I'm like, what's the name? He's like, yo, Somewhere in the Sky. I'm like, all right, we got to, Somewhere in the Sky is dope, but we got to add something to it.
Right.
We did the acronyms. It was S.W.I.T.S, S.W.I.T.S, Somewhere in the Sky. So now when people see it, automatically they seeing Somewhere in the Sky, but they automatically saying S.W.I.T.S first. So it was like S.W.I.T, that's a S.W.I.T hat, that's a S.W.I.T jacket, that's a S.W.I.T niggas. That's who we are. We S.W.I.T.
I like it.
That's
yeah.
how it just rolls off the tongue different. It was like somewhere in the sky. You get, it's a lot of letters, a lot of words. You know what I mean? But when you hear S.W.I.T, you just throw it at you. That's it. We S.W.I.T.
Right.
We Switzing. Situation.
Situation. I like that.
Situation. That's just what it was.
For you guys, what is the story behind that name and the brand? What is that for you guys?
I mean, Somewhere in the Sky, we was always fly kids growing up in East Flatbush. Even we wasn't even together all the time. But he was in his high school, I was in my high school. He went to college. I was, in college, different colleges. But we just always on some getting fly shit. We just had to be fly. So Somewhere in the Sky.
That's a Brooklyn thing.
Yeah, I mean, not really a Brooklyn thing, but you could say that. And the era we was in, the era we was in, we just had to just go outside and fly. It wasn't just now, it wasn't just a tee and a pair of sweats. It was nah, we coming outside. You know what I mean? So that's where the Somewhere in the Sky came from, just getting fly as an expression of fashion for yourself, how you feel for yourself.
Right.
So that's basically where it came from.
So you always kind of had a nick for fashion, you always was in the fashion streets. When did you know this is when I want to create my own fashion line?
All right, so I want to say high school, right?
High school. Okay.
I used to we used to run the KP. We used to make our own sweaters, do our own thing, custom made shit, right? But then this is around the polo rugby era. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting rugby, everybody's getting polo. You know what I mean? So one day my homegirl was like, yo, it was my 18th birthday. She's like, yo, you gotta switch it up a little bit. You could you're doing the rugby and the polo, but you gotta get them that swag with it. So I wound up getting the polo boots, the moccasin looking polo boots. Feel me? Got this other jacket. And with rugby, I was able to create my own. They had a segment inside of rugby where you could create your own jacket, your own jeans with the patches and shit like that. So one day it was my graduation. I'm like, man, I ain't wearing no suit. I'm wearing straight rugby because that's who they know me as in school. They knew me as the rugby mannequin. That was me. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? Let me make my whole outfit for my graduation, and that's just gonna be me where I will cross that stage. So I made the jeans. I had it was some crazy hard denim jeans. I put the patch the R patch like on one side of the jeans and just that was plain, but it was simple. My thing about fashion is simplicity sells. I didn't have to go too crazy with it. It was simplicity sells. When I wore it, I seen the reaction, right? So after that, now going into college, my brother, shout out to Top Nose Cuts in the stoop, he was like, yo, what you gonna do? Like, what's your life? Like, now you out of high school, what you gonna do? I'm like, go to college, just chill out. Now it's at the point where school is optional now.
Right.
So I'm just chilling right now. He like, yeah, I think you should really take this fashion shit serious. And I'm like, I just want to get fly. I didn't really care for it until, like I said, until I got the phone call and Nice was like, yo, nigga, let's take this shit by storm. So 2012 was like, all right, bet, let's run. We're gonna run with it.
So 2018 graduation day was
2009. 2009.
2009.
Right, 2009.
2009 was your debut when you was like, yo, I'm MacVisions, and this is how we gonna start this off.
MacVisions came later. Visions part came later, but Mac was there. Yeah, Visions,
all right.
Visions
Mac
came
was
later.
there.
Yeah. But Mac was there definitely.
I like that.
Yeah.
So you basically started from 2009, and then in 2018 is when you actually started S.W.I.T.S, right?
No, 2012.
2012 was when you started S.W.I.T. So I want to know, like, what was some of your trials and tribulations that you had to go through?
So the trial and errors,
Right.
oh man, the trial and errors we had. We wanted, all right, so in the beginning with S.W.I.T, we was like, all right, we ain't want to just be the regular streetwear brand, like just graphic tees and, you know what I mean, just throwing a logo on the shirt. So we used to get up early and go to the fashion district, right? We used to go to all the fashion, all the fabric stores. We done cop 5 yards of cow skin, like shit that we didn't even know about. We just was buying fabric because we was like, yo, we want to make clothes, like, you know what I mean? But then when we got into it into the understanding of how it's supposed to be done, and we started going to the manufacturers in the city, and they was like, oh, all right, well, your sample is $600 to get made. We're like,
ooh, child.
Oh shit, hold on, we gotta.
It's a different language.
For a sample?
For a sample, right? Okay. Then after that, but the sample first, we like, shit, 600. We got all this fucking cow skin, yards of cheap fabric, all to be brought mad fabric. We just brought like a shitload of fabric. So we like, all right, we got to take a step back and said maybe we gotta go to the graphic tee route to gain revenue to get back into this lane.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we still don't really understand. We still don't really know it. We just trying it out.
You was diving head first, but I go
head
to the
first. That's it. Just
but
jump
listen,
right in.
at least
straight into the
you
deep
had the
end.
motivation,
Right. We had the motivation to just jump right into the deep end. Like, let's go. And we had to like, all right, we got to tread the waters, tread lightly. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's start all over, start from the ground up again. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a different language when you work in the fashion industry, especially when you, like you say, you go into the manufacturing part. I've done that stuff personally, and I've seen, like you said, like even with you can have a certain fabric, and then you go to the manufacturer and be like, oh, this is not gonna work for this idea.
Exactly.
And then be like, oh, you be like, okay, it's not that, it ain't that simple. So yeah, I understand that 100%. Yeah.
Right. So that was one of the trial and errors. Staying consistent, because we was like at that time, and we was merging fashion and music, and it was just like it was like
a lot
going on with it. You know what I mean? Spinning around like, all right, we're gonna do fashion this time, we're gonna do music. But it was basically like staying consistent. Also, even if you like as a designer, even if you like take time to like rebrand and not really have nothing out, just always make sure you stay in conversation. Like it's been times where S.W.I.T wasn't even like I wasn't even producing anything, but I wear my hat every day.
Right.
So when I see somebody, like, yo, where my S.W.I.T shit at? Yo, where my S.W.I.T? And I'm like, oh, all right, this has been a year and a half without nothing being out, and they still asking, I'm good. That gave me the boost to like keep going.
Right.
Because wherever I went, I done seen people wear my hat, and I'll dap them up. Like, yo, that shit is fire. They won't even know it's me that made it.
That's crazy.
That's smart.
Like,
that's smart.
You feel me? They be like, yo, how you, like, I'm like, yo, who you got that from? Now I'm on these Swiss niggas. Oh, boy, that's dope. And then I'll tell them after, like, yo, that's my shit. You feel me? But it'd be like, yo, wow, like somebody I don't even know who sold them the hat.
Right.
But they got it on in the spot.
Yeah.
That was the dope part about it. Like, okay, we still in conversation. We ain't never going to lose the momentum. Exactly.
So my question to you is like, now you say, you guys are, going that route of like, doing the graphic tees and stuff like that. Like, how are you looking as far as progressing towards that manufacturing?
All right, so progressing. So now once like moving forward, when we really found our niche and me and Nice like really understood like what was our position in this industry, like fashion, music, whatever, it was like, all right, cool. Let's build this shit different. So now I took over the fashion lane. Like, listen, you feel me? You got the music, I got the fashion. We're gonna build it like that. So like 2020 is when I rebranded S.W.I.T. It was like, okay, cool. How can I like put 100% focus straight into this business. Like no distractions, nothing else, but strictly into S.W.I.T.S. You know what I mean? And from there, it's like, yo, now I understood what cut and sew was about. I started doing my research. I started, you feel me, following like-minded people that were just straightly into fashion, going on Clubhouse. Clubhouse, I learned a lot on Clubhouse. Clubhouse in 2020 was like, you met people that you
especially got there at the beginning.
Right, I was in rooms with like the owner of Fubu, like, you know what I mean? It's people that you can't really talk to like this. You know what I mean? But Clubhouse was the outlet to engage with different people. So from there, 2020, like the rebranding was like a big thing for me. Like this is 10 years. This is definitely 10 years, but the rebranding and seeing the progression within the last 2 years and brushing shoulders and networking and being in that room and in them conversations, I definitely see the growth. Like I see the growth and I know that this is my passion. Like I know that this is the passion. Like I can't like figure out other passions and go a different route. This is it. Like this is 100% it.
That's what's up.
That's crazy because I seen you when I used to go on Clubhouse. I used to always see your name in these chats. I'm like, yo,
chats. Like, we had I was in a family
everywhere.
chat. Like I was in a chat. It was like a family chat. I was in a fashion chat. Like, you know what I mean? It was just genuine people that you just, you know, like you just vibe with.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can, and then you come out of that Clubhouse world and you actually meet these people. Like, yo, what's up? Let's link up. Let's feel me. Let's build. Let's brand. Let's branch off.
Do you still find that as a helpful means of building networking through Clubhouse, or you feel like not as much as before?
I feel like it probably still is with some people, but they done. Whoever's behind Clubhouse done switched up so much.
It's changed
it's changed so quick. You gotta like. Yeah. It's cool that you could go back and listen to rooms, but it's like if I go back to listen to a room, where's really the engagement?
Right. I didn't know that was a new feature.
Yeah, now it's a new feature. Like, you can't really find people. You could like block. It's this way. I don't really like. From what it was, I feel like they'd have kept that algorithm cool, but I guess, you know what I mean, whoever's behind the scenes, they just, you know, figured it was a different route to go.
So you still use Clubhouse from time to time?
Time to time to see what's on there. Like, let me see what's going on.
What do you use now as a way of networking?
Networking, I gotta be outside. Like I gotta find
outside's the best way.
You gotta go to events too, right?
I'm saying, you gotta be
you learned that.
I learned that. I was like, I'm home all day.
Outside. Like,
I missed on so many opportunities, but I get to meet people.
Remember, because you gotta think about it like this. We in an era of social media. We grew up in an era. I don't want to say we in an era. We grew up in an era where there was no social media. And it was street walking. You was outside. When we was growing up, you seen flyers everywhere. You seen people outside. You seen stickers on everybody's car, on the train station. That side of marketing, I think people was forgetting about.
The physical, tangible,
exactly. In interaction with the person in front of you. You know what I mean? Social media, yeah, you could sit back at home and your promotion, you could buy the promotion, you could sit back, you could you can do a lot.
Right.
Facebook takes over marketing over the whole platform of social media.
But it feels less real.
But you still learn, you still getting in touch with, still engagement with the people, but now it's about being outside. Like last 2 events I went to, shout out to radio, we went to Hot 97, they had a mixtape movie release premiere, whatever, for that movie, whatever. It was just basically telling us about like the whole culture and how mixtape took over the industry, right? But within that event, we was able to network.
Right.
We no lie, we left out of there with like 40 contacts.
Really?
Like we left out of there, and then we was able to meet people that were in the fashion industry.
Right.
Feel me, fashion celebrities. Shout out to Kalia Clark. You know what I mean? That was able to be like, yo, what y'all doing tomorrow? Yo, go to this event in Brooklyn. Now
Kalia Clark sounds important.
Yeah,
I'm gonna trust that name.
Yeah. So now we in another event in Brooklyn that I didn't even know about, but I'm in the fashion world. But I was like, yo, Fashion Week Brooklyn. I'm like, Fashion Week Brooklyn. Okay, we need to be there.
Right.
We went there. Now it's whole nother network event.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now we there. We see other designers from Brooklyn. Everybody, you know what I mean, that's in there. Certain artists, you know, performing. Music Exclusive was there. You able to do interviews, you know, network with people. But I feel like right there, like you could really sit next to somebody and really be able to collab right then and there. Like people wait years to collab with each other, but if you get to see that person, you get to interact with them, you could collab right then and there. Like that night, it was that Fashion Week Brooklyn had a designer. She was, no matter of fact, she's an artist. Anika Hart, right? She is an artist. She paints, but she do like hand finger painting, like she like body paint on the canvas, right?
Oh, that's different.
Like it was different, right?
That's different.
So as we there, I'm like, yo, you know, your art is dope. That's dope. You know, maybe we could collab in the future. She's like, okay, like, you know, I appreciate that. Let's do it. And I was like, you know what? Matter of fact, let's collab now. I had a denim jacket on. I threw the jacket off and said, do the.
That's the
yeah.
I like that you move quickly too.
I said, yeah, let's do this today. We're doing this tonight, right now. I was the last person to leave that spot. So the owners that was there was like, yo, you know what I mean? Shout out to Rick, the founder of the Fashion Week Brooklyn. he was like, yo, you know, your fashion mind is smart. Like, you thought quick. Like, that was different. Like, for you to just automatically jump right into that collab. Like, right here, like, we're not leaving it till, like, and she was like, oh, well, you know, it's gonna take 24 hours to finish. I'm like, keep it. My car's outside. I got a jacket. I got a sweater.
I appreciate,
like, you know what I mean?
I like that attitude because I think a lot of times, especially when it comes to networking, you know, you could go to these spaces and you could get the contacts.
You could talk about it,
never
right?
gets
Exactly.
done. So I like the fact that you just made it happen right there and then.
Right. Even when you network with these people, it's like, after the night, you said you get the information and you just go about your day.
Yeah.
No, really hit that person up. Yo, nice meeting you last night. You know what I mean? Let's collab in the future. You know what I mean? Like, have to still keep that conversation going because after that night, everybody go to sleep. Everybody not really thinking about who they really met unless you send that text out. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this is me. Remember me from last night? And now you got a collab going. You know?
So how long you stayed to get that done? Because you just did it right then and there, right?
I was the last. I was the last person to leave the spot.
Last person.
Either me and Radio was the last person to leave the event.
So speaking on time and energy, like, how do you keep balance? Because you're constantly adapting your brands, you're constantly throwing out, you're constantly networking. How do you find balance to make sure that you give time for yourself and you give time to what you love? How do you do it?
How do I do it?
Yes.
Or are you still learning?
Nah, I'm still learning. It's still factors. I still think the factor in, like, you know what I mean, how to balance it off. Like, what I love is the fashion. Like, I love it. So it's like I can eat, sleep, shit it. You feel me? Like, you feel what I'm trying to say? So that's just like second nature to me. Anything I'm doing throughout the day is like, I'm gonna think about another design. I'm gonna think about a vision of the brand. I'm gonna think about a commercial. I'm gonna think about who I want to collab with, what I could do for their brand as well as my brand. So like, we collabing, it's not more so about what you could do for me, but what I could do for you as well. As far as artists, other up and coming brands, you know what I mean? Because I feel like we got to do that more as far as up and coming brands. Because if you look at what the big name brands are doing, the big name brands are collabing. Supreme collabing with everybody, Gucci and Balenciaga. Even
how do you feel about that though? Those collaborations. Do you feel like, for me personally, at first I think it was cool, but now I feel like it's so saturated. It's like collabs, nothing seems original.
It can't go both ways. It's like, okay, y'all running out of content.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It could go both ways. You know what I mean? Because like, fashion tip that Gucci and Balenciaga are under the same umbrella. So when they see those Balenciaga Gucci bags, it's like, is that really a collab? Because y'all really together. You know what I mean? So I guess, like you said, in a certain way, it's like, are y'all running out of content? But then it's also showing up and coming designers like, it's okay to work together.
That's true.
Like, it's okay to just have a piece here and there to.
It doesn't take away from your brand.
It don't take away, right? Because we don't have the same people,
right?
You know what I mean? We got different tastes, we got different ideas. That's we actually bring it together to make something.
I think the people who are insecure about collaborating are ones who are not original. Like, if you're not an original person,
because you see it, but then you also, as a designer, you see who's not original. You see what route it would take your brand and go, like, okay, I see that person doing, he got a line, but okay, I don't see the real originality. I see that.
Gimmicky, right?
Like, it look like okay, it worked for him, so let me see if I can do it for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But also, like I said, and when you go to Walmart, Target, it's 10 different bread sections. It's a bread. It's 10 different people making bread. So why can't you could be that person too? You know what I mean? You got Wonder Bread, you got potato bread, you got
shout out to Wonder Bread.
Like, you got I'm saying, but that's where it started. You know what I mean? When you look at the shelf, everybody got their own identity.
Yeah, true.
So how do you feel about the current state of streetwear?
It's actually dope. I think it's like history repeats itself. Like, you see how now it's like the baggy look is coming back. The paint. I see a lot of brands that like splashing paint. You know what I mean? So I think history repeats itself, and it's not really losing. Yeah, streetwear is not really losing right now.
It's crazy because like, the music, clothes, food, the style, the way we do things, I feel like everything has come back. Like, everybody's like, you know, doing samples from old songs. Everybody bringing the jumpsuits out. Exactly. Like, I love it. I'm here for
it's actually dope. It's definitely dope. I think it's dope.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's lost its essence in any way, shape, or form? Being that, like you said, maybe, you know, social media plays a part in it. Like, you know, streetwear comes from being in the streets.
But I think even with social media, it actually boosted it out there before, like, taking it away. I think it boosted it. You know what I mean? Like, as far as now you can, like, because everybody's not outside. So the ones that's just like for the era after us that's just stuck on the internet, they get to see it, and that's why they're now doing those old school songs. They're doing those old school TikToks. They're doing those. They wearing wearing the overalls because now they seeing it on the live computer. But if it was no computer, they wouldn't be outside to see that. Right. So I feel like it's merging both generations.
So I know you just did your collab with Onika Hart, right? Do you have any future collaborations or any collaborations that you desire in the future?
Yeah, I got so that's one. I got a brand that I'm actually looking forward to collabing. You know what I mean? They also in the streetwear. Shout out to Feel What You Don't Know. Got something for y'all. You know what I mean? We're gonna definitely talk about that. Other artists, other graphic designers. So basically, how I want to do it, if you're an artist or a graphic designer, I'm gonna collab with you, and we're gonna do like a collection to where it's S.W.I.T.S times whoever that person is. So it's S.W.I.T S. So every time I do a collab, your name is gonna be with my brand. Like I'm never gonna hide you.
So it'll be like S.W.I.T X that person.
Right. So I'm never gonna hide the person I'm collabing with.
Right. Give them credit. Right.
For what?
As you should.
People tuck the information for why. Right. You know what I mean? For what?
Right.
So everybody I do collab with, they're gonna see their name. Like, that's gonna be their segment.
I do want to shout out one thing. I feel like you're very humble, and it's always good to stay humble because like you really be doing it. Like you had fashion shows that you did for your whole community. Like the whole block came out, and I was like, and it wasn't just once. It was twice, 3 times. I'm like, yo, like MacVisions really got a hold on his community. Like people really looking at him. People really coming through. Like how do you feel about that? Like knowing that you really have supporters from everywhere.
I think it's dope. I feel like it's dope, and it gives me reassurance. Like if I stop today, I could come back and do it again, and do it again, and like you know what I mean. Like I said, it also comes with like staying a part of the conversation, indulging with the community. Shout out to the Stoop, you know what I mean. My brother got to be at the barbershop, Fulton and Rochester, so that I feel like that environment, we all just keep each other alive no matter what. You know what I mean. Keep the name going. So, humble. Yeah. I would say a little humble, but sometimes it's like, yo. Like sometimes, not even like sometimes it's humble, and then sometimes it's like, yo, I'm that nigga. Like, you feel me? Like I got the glue. Like certain people, your presence is felt when you walk in. Like I'm calm, but that presence, that calm storm is there. Like I don't gotta be loud. I don't gotta, but you gonna feel me when I talk to you. When I say what up, peace, how you doing? That's a different vibe. You know what I mean? That energy is different. So sometimes it maybe look like I'm laid back, humble, but I'm also just really doing the knowledge and scamming around the room. Like, okay, what I could do next? How can I get this person to come out? Like, what I'm gonna, you know what I mean? So that's how my events get so big, because it's like tell a friend to tell a friend. And it's like, but their vibe is always there. Like, it's no disrespect. It's always a vibe. Like,
they come because you genuine. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it's hard to like. Sometimes people underestimate the power of bringing people together. It's not easy to have an event and actually have people show up and show love
and hold that space for each other.
Exactly, and that's the thing about fashion too. Fashion is about creating community.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
So, what is one word that you would describe yourself?
Describe myself.
An Aquarius.
That's right.
Aquarius have a different energy about them. Yeah.
Yeah, energy. Damn.
You can't say chocolate drop.
No. We ain't gonna talk about that. Word to describe myself, the vision. Like I got the vision. Yeah,
the vision.
Visions came from like visions. Like that's really like a gift I got. Like I could talk to y'all right now and tell y'all where this could take y'all. You know what I mean? Like this is the whole podcast. Like when I went,
let us know, please.
When I was in like the, when I was in like the,
let us know.
I was in a fashion Brooklyn. When I was in a fashion week Brooklyn, I was really talking to other brands and other designers, and we was actually chopping it up. But it was more so I was giving them, like, asking them questions about their brand, and and then I was giving them feedback about what I saw for the brand. And they was like, "Oh shit, nah, your mind is different." So visions, I feel like that came from that's my gift. Like the creative side of me is like always there. Like
you're like a creative director.
Exactly.
Because it was crazy because I was watching Leah sent me a page, and I was looking at your content, and one thing that stood out to me, especially the video, I think it was like you and the woman,
right?
Yeah.
Right. So how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that?
I like that because you could tell that you put work into like showcasing your brand and giving us a story. Exactly. And a lot of brands don't do that. Like I said, they just do the quick photo shoot with a backdrop. So I could tell like you carry yourself with intention.
Exactly.
So
and that's important too. Because when you're developing a product, you really gotta like bring emotion to it. This way the audience can connect to it. And every time I watch it, I be like, oh, like I'm feeling love. Like,
even though you've seen like I said, you had people like, oh, the love, and then people like, that jacket is fire. And it was people that was like, I see what you did with the date night. You know what I mean? It was so much that you got from that video. You know what I mean? Even with the video when I did, it was another video I did with the sweatsuits. It was just basically bringing in the kids and
I like that too.
Showing today's time, the Oculus, the TikTok, the pillow fights with the younger kids. Like it was basically like you said, creating a story.
Right.
You know what I mean? So everything comes from like that vision in my head. Like, oh shit.
So that's my question to you. But before I get to the question, it's crazy because you are Aquarius, and my sister's like that too. She's very I knows about Aquarius. You guys visualize things in your head like crazy. Like
the visionary. Yeah.
And it's like y'all, it's very vivid. Like my sister be having ideas that sound fucking crazy, and she be getting frustrated. Like no, if you don't do it. If you don't show, you can't understand what the fuck they talking about. You know, Aquarius has like crazy big ideas. But going back to that, outside of fashion and doing music, do you see yourself stepping more into that lane as a creative director? Just like you said, you give going to marketing, 100%, and stuff like that.
100% creative director. That's something that's like I got to do that. You know what I mean?
Like,
I
see it for you.
I have to and that's where I go. Like I talk to artists. You know, I hit them up like, yo, you know what I mean? We could collab, but it's not more so just for fashion. It's more so like I got a vision for your image. You know what I mean? Like image consulting, like really behind the scenes, putting those pieces together. Like most of my cousins is artists, rappers, you feel me, singers, and I'm like, yo, do this for your video. Like I'm telling y'all, this gonna work. Like and they're like, what? I'm like, yo, do this. Like you know what I mean? I got it. If you follow this, it be working. You know what I mean? So and I feel like. And that's once I seen that and I seen how I could, because a lot of people don't know the difference between a gift and a passion.
That's true.
So a lot of people will run with a passion, only to make money off their passion, but they really can make $100 million off their gift. So I found a way to bring both of them just together. I know my gift. My gift is that creative direction side. My passion is fashion. That's where you see the whole commercials. You're gonna see everything merged together. So I'm gonna win both ways.
So
100%.
Right.
Yo, that was beautiful.
Right, it was.
100%.
I have another question too. So I know that you define your brand as a luxury streetwear brand. So what does luxury mean to you? How do you define luxury?
I mean, luxury is just like the quality. Difference between fashion and style is quality. So you want like see the jacket, you see how the suede, the leather.
Right.
You know what I mean? About how you put it together. So that luxury part of it stands out than just the regular. You go get a shirt, Hanes tee, and put a graphic designer. Nah, if I want to get a graphic design, you want to be able to feel the graphic on my t-shirt. You want to be able to feel comfortable in my clothes. You know what I mean? Like the clothes shouldn't be itching you or nothing like that. You know what I mean? So I feel like the luxury part of it is especially about the presentation as well. You know what I mean? That goes with the creative direction, the creative side of it, like how you present your brand. You know what I mean? Because streetwear, you could go so many routes with it, but I feel like the quality of the brand really puts me in a luxury
I like that
position.
word, quality.
Yeah, quality is definitely equivalent defines luxury.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in about 5 years?
That'd be the question.
Yeah.
Come on, you got the vision.
Right.
You got the
vision. As far as industry wise or like it's life.
In life.
Yeah.
In life. They want to get to know who you are.
Yeah, 5 years, I want to have Lil Max. Feel me? Lil Max running around. Little visions. You know what I mean?
How many visions you thinking?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Three to max. Three
is a lucky number. It's a good number.
Three is a lucky number. 3 to max. You know what I mean? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3 is good. Like I said, 5 years probably be living in Atlanta. My go-to out of New York is Atlanta.
It makes sense.
Nice.
Atlanta got a lot
I feel like Atlanta's the hustling state. Like New York is like the fast pace. You're gonna find it in New York, but you go to Atlanta, you gotta go there with that same vision and that same hustle and really be able to live. You know what I mean? Comfortably. Yeah.
Have you traveled out there?
Travel. Yeah, I got family out there.
Dope.
Shout out to Mello. Yeah, I got family out there. So it's like going back and forth. It's like, all right, Atlanta's next. I gotta take over Atlanta. I want to be in Atlanta with the business mindset. Like taking over that side of Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I said, they say Atlanta's the next Black Hollywood. So. You know what I mean?
You gotta jump on that before.
Yeah. Before it get crazy. Yeah. So, Lil Max, visions, probably married. Yeah, marriage. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tavia. Crown Jewel. Yeah, she an interior designer. But we're gonna get into that. Yeah. So, just actually my brand. As far as the brand, I just want to see it elevate. You know what I mean? See the collabs going. See where like the billboards. As far as like. Where I want to be, fashion in the creative directing world, who I could work with. I mean, one of my dreams.
Yeah, like what? To that.
What?
Yeah, dream collaborations outside of like people that in day-to-day life.
Dream collabs.
Yeah, put it out in the air.
It could be a creator.
Nah. Yeah. I'm thinking right now. if Virgil ain't passed, that would have definitely been the first person.
I got you.
If he ain't passed away, that would have definitely been the first person.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to Virgil.
What about the second?
Second, brand I would collab with. I would go. Yeah, I like to see. Like, I would like to see where my creative. Yeah, I want to see where my creative style would do for like a luxury brand, like as far as like Gucci, as far as like Louis Vuitton. Like to see put me in those positions, put me in that position to. You know what I mean, just let my community stand out as far as like the Black culture and let us stand out. You know what I mean, keep that alive from what Virgil did. He's not just a hip hop. Remember you seen that awards when they said he was just a hip hop fashion designer? Nah. We got to give him more credit than that.
He did more than that.
Yeah, that was
at the Grammys, right?
Yeah, that was bad. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like we as a coach, I gotta fill those not really fill those shoes, but keep that alive. You know what I mean? So that's something I want to do.
So what seasons? I know you dropped the spring season last fall, right?
Right. So like last spring, we had manufacturing issues, but I was relaunching that. The Turbulence collection has the Windbreaker set. The Varsities is fire.
Ooh, those are fire. Hell yeah.
The Varsities is still for sale. You know what I mean? Those are all year round. And then I think I'm gonna jump straight into fall with some denim. You know what I mean? You're gonna see some denim coming soon. They're definitely gonna see the collab. That collab with Anika Hart, that's just really. Those are gonna be one-on-ones, and I want to tap because it's art. I'm gonna tap into the NFT world with that. So
that's different.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody doing that.
So that's gonna definitely be like a one-on-one. Right. You can make money off of that piece.
Right.
You know what I mean? It may come with a canvas. It may come, may not. That's the
That's
secret.
definitely smart to get into that.
So that you allow your customers to make money.
Yeah.
Not just me. Y'all be able to make money. Your jacket would not go up in value over time and stuff like that. So. That's the lane I'm going.
That's innovative and thinking that way. Like, because like you said, fashion is evolving and technology is affecting it. And whether or not you get NFTs or not, some people
I was about to say that's like a whole nother.
You may not know it, but it's an investment. You know what I mean? Now my brand becomes now an investment, not just stocks. It comes to an investment of how can the person or the consumer make money.
Right.
And who don't want to make money?
I'm about to say that. You want me right there.
Who don't want to make money?
Right.
And it's virtual, but it's also from virtual to reality. It's from reality to virtual back to reality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you bought it, right? You blend the two. You bought it. You seen it reality, but you bought it in virtual, but now you can wear it back in reality.
Right. It's not like you have a picture
of a
monkey.
You're not stuck. Exactly.
It's like tangible. You see it everywhere.
Exactly.
Right. And that was the only issue with NFTs. I was like, I don't have anything
physical after you come out of the Oculus. After you come out that
picture.
world, what else is there?
Yeah.
Right. I want to look fly when I go outside too, not just on the TV.
My avatar, right, exactly. So
that's dope.
I feel like that's what brands, you know what I mean? That's something that I want to show for my brand. Like a lot of stuff, like for the artistic side of it, it's going to blend in with NFTs.
Dope. I like that.
Now, I want to know, is there anything, right? I know you love fashion, you do S.W.I.T.S. Like, what's something that you want to tell people about who you are? Because I know you have your Instagram page, and as curators and creators, we like to put out exactly what the public want to know. Yeah. Is there anything personal that you want to share so people can get to know who MacVisions is behind S.W.I.T.S?
Ooh, like that question.
Behind S.W.I.T?
Spicy.
But we just like I said, behind S.W.I.T, I'm a creator at the end of the day. Like I'm nonchalant. Like I'm not really nonchalant, but I can't let nothing. I can't like
you go with the flow.
Go with the flow, and I can't let nothing hold me down. Like nothing's over my shoulders. I can't have nothing waiting over my head. I gotta keep going. Like I gotta keep moving. You know what I mean? As far as like again, I'm humble. I bring the people out, like we said earlier.
Right.
Who I am as far as like being able to bring the people together and just being me. Like
that's all you could do, just be yourself, and that's it. It's gonna take you further than what you thought you was.
Honestly.
Right.
That's fire.
100%.
So wait, shout out your Instagram first, because we need to make sure people know where to cop your gear and your website, all right?
Right. So Instagram for the S.W.I.T.S brand is swits.co, SWITS.co. And the online website is swits.nyc. If you want to get personal, you want to tap in with me, is Mac_Visions. And yeah, that's where everything is at. You can find me, you can talk to me. Shout out to the Stoop. You want to get a fresh haircut, you go at the Stoop Cuts. We over there on Fulton and Rochester. And yeah, that's an exclusive interview.
Oh yeah, we got the first one.
Yeah, the first one, you know what I mean? Shout out to the God. Rest in peace to my pops. You know what I mean? He was definitely Definitely a big supporter.
Yeah.
Definitely somebody that kept me on my toes with it. That really was like, yo, either you're going to do it or you're not.
He kept it real.
I mean? Kept it real. If it wasn't what it was, he's going to tell you. And it was just like, even when it was points where, like I said, with him, it was just like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Not
it real.
Yeah, he kept it real. It was like, damn, I should stop. Like, you know what I mean? But I was like, nah, let me make him a believer. He wanted to see that. He wanted to see that this is what you really wanted to do.
Right.
So when I did it and made him the believer, then he was like running neck and neck, like, what we need, what we doing for S.W.I.T.S. He was like the S.W.I.T.S God. Like, that's who he was. So, you know what I mean? He definitely played a big part in this whole journey.
Amen to that.
Amen. That's a fact, because even though he's not here, you always gonna hear him in the back of your head. Every time you make a decision, what pops want to do? What pops thinking?
100%.
And you already know the answer.
Shout out to the S.W.I.T God.
Yeah.
S.W.I.T
God. Yeah.
Lit situation.
Nah, facts. Definitely a situation.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining MacVisions to our episode TLKInfamous. We definitely appreciate you here. We definitely going to have you back as your brand constantly develops and,
definitely.
Take it to the next
Appreciate
level.
That.
We got Saint here.
Yes, be sure to follow us on all platforms, YouTube, Instagram. What else? YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify,
TikTok. We got everything.
Apple Music, everything. TLKInfamous. So subscribe, show love, and also follow our guy, MacVision.
Mac_Visions.
Mac_Visions on Instagram.
Yes. Right.
That was a switch somewhere in the sky.
When it's go time, make sure you proceed. When it's go time, you gotta get what you need. When it's go time, you gotta put in your time. Watch out for the hate, the love could be blind. When it's go time, make sure you proceed. When it's go time, you gotta get what you need. When it's go time, you gotta put in your time. Watch out for the hate, the love could be blind. When it's go time, make sure you proceed. I'd rather die for a cause than being forced to my knees. Ain't no game plan, knocking pieces off the board, claiming you gang. Got a few people at your door, I had the game change. They trying to reap off what they saw, how to maintain. You gotta creep before you crawl, it's a cold world. I see them praying for heat, a couple sticks on